So you're an athlete who wants to take their game to the next level by building their mental toughness, but you don't really know where to start. Don't worry, we've got you covered, because in today's video, we're going to give you the only 12 things you need to do as an athlete if you want to build your mental toughness. My name's Matt Calderoni, co-founder of Molliteum, where we help athletes reach and discover their true potential by building their resilience. And since 2015, we've helped just over 5,300 athletes ranging from the youth to professional level in leagues such as the NBA, MLB, MLS, NHL, NFL, and so on and so forth. And the reason that we're doing this and the reason for this channel is because I used to be a pro athlete myself, and this was the one thing in performance that held me back. Now, before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell. It's gonna help this channel grow so that we can keep bringing you more free content on how to level up your resilience and how to build practical tools in this side of performance. Now, how to build your mental toughness is where most people get it wrong. Most people think it's pushing yourself till you puke. Most people think it's running thousands of flights of stairs or going outside into the cold or whatever it might be. It's not. That's kind of like the tip of the iceberg. It's where you want to get to, but it's not where you start. To build your mental toughness, you need 4 things. Number 1, you need a commitment, which is deciding what you want and sticking to it no matter what. It's committing to finding a way or making a way so that you can get to that next level, even through adversity. Number 2, you need confidence, having that ability to trust yourself and knowing that you have the skills to handle situations that are thrown at you. Most people don't have that, and they try to get to the challenge stage when really they're not ready for it. Number 3, you need focus, or having the ability to shut out the noise, focus on what you can control, get locked in on the task at hand, and control your emotions. Most people don't have 1 or 3 of those, and as a result of that, they can't get to that next level. And then finally, kind of as a result of the first 3, the commitment, confidence, and focus, you get to the last part, which is toughness, or having that ability to challenge yourself, push yourself, and adapt so that during the tough times, you can make sure that you're going through it. Now, here's the truth. People that are mentally tough or resilient actually have systems built around each of these. They have a system for commitment, confidence, focus, and toughness. Why? Because when times get tough, they can fall back on these systems. And the problem is where most athletes struggle, and what I used to struggle, is that I didn't have systems for these. So when something came up, I didn't know how to deal with it. And by focusing on these 12 things I'm about to give you, you'll be able to have a system around each of these without even having to think about it. So here are the only 12 things you need to do as an athlete to build your mental toughness. Number 1, you need a vision. Mentally tough people think big picture. Where everybody else is worried about the little things, they see above that. They see that bigger picture. They're committed to that bigger picture vision and making it come to life. They don't get caught up on the day-to-day problems. They see it as a way to say, okay, great, this is where I'm going towards. It's a process and I'm focused on that. Think about it for a sec. You saw the great Kobe Bryant when he was in that playoff series. Remember that famous interview that...
Whoa. Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
I'm committed to a championship. That's where I'm going, and that's what I'm focused on. Not the little things around me, that big picture. So if you want to be mentally tough, you need to have a vision that you're chasing. Number 2, you need a purpose. Mentally tough people have a purpose that push them further than anybody else. Things that emotionally mean something to them so that they're able to keep going when everybody else quits. We often hear people talk about this why and you need purpose and so on, but very few people take the time to actually build it. If you're going to be somebody who's mentally tough, you need to know why you started. You need to know what it is you're fighting for. A lot of the athletes we work with, especially at the pro level, have a purpose of helping their family out of tough situations if they came from a tough upbringing, or they're looking to help somebody that they know, or they're looking to build that bigger picture. But regardless, they have a purpose that they're emotionally anchored into that allows them to keep going. So to figure that out for you, you want to start chasing these emotions. If you want to start feeling like you are accomplished by helping your family out of a tough time, commit to that. If you want to feel like you are the savior, we have an athlete at the pro level that talks about that, commit to that. Regardless of what it is, you need an emotionally meaningful purpose. And the way to find that is very simple. Number 1, ask yourself why you originally started. If you ask yourself why you originally started, it takes you right back to those things that you enjoyed, those things that meant something to you, those things that pushed you. Number 2, you need to also ask yourself, who am I impacting with my success? Who am I impacting with this? When you can start seeing that you're doing things for others, it anchors you in. And finally, if I accomplish this vision, how will I feel? If I really get what I want, how will I feel? If you ask yourself these 3 questions, here's the great part. When the going gets tough, you can fall back on any one of these. I fall back on the fact that I want to make sure nobody falls the way that I did as an athlete. That's my purpose. That's my push. And as a result, when I don't feel like doing things, I just remember this and I keep going, and that's what our athletes do as well. Number 3, commit to finding a way or making one. Very simply put, mentally tough people don't settle. They don't say, just because it didn't happen, I'm not gonna do it. They say, I'm gonna find a way or make one. If this avenue didn't work, I'm just gonna find another way. If that avenue didn't work, I'm just gonna find another way. That's what successful people do. Think about it. Success is simply deciding what you want, committing to the process, taking action to it, adapting your approach, and then getting successful. Most people forget that that adaptation step is necessary. Think about it. Tom Brady, drafted 199th overall. Do you think he said, well, that's it, I'm just not gonna do it? No. One of the mentally toughest athletes said, I'm gonna find a way or make one to get to that next level. And if you commit to finding a way, I'm telling you will, because think about it. The only times that things don't happen are when you quit, right? If you just commit to finding a way or making one, you'll be fine. So, commit to this mindset and you'll be more mentally tough. Number 4, you need targets. Mentally tough people have targets they're working towards. They have something they're focused on that's controllable while everybody else around them is playing that uncontrollable game. Targets that you're chasing are controllable if you set them the right way. Here's what I mean. Successful people have the same targets as unsuccessful people. They commit to better actions which allow them to be successful. So here's how you're going to set a target. You're going to use our method called TPAs, Target Purpose Actions. We use this at Molliteum with every single one of our athletes, and here's what we do. You need to have a target that you're looking for over the next 30, 60, or 90 days. Why? Because as athletes, our lives are constantly changing, right? We're going on road trips. We're at home the next month. Then we're in an off season. Then we're here. Then we're in playoffs. Then we're that. I highly suggest you only commit to 30-day targets at a time. Break it down into a chunk and ask yourself, what matters to me right now? Once you can answer that question, what matters to me right now, that's your new target. So your target is not a number-filled item, right? It's not score 50 goals. That's what matters right now. No. Your target might be, I need to find a way to produce more. Easy. Your target might be in an off season, I need to find a way to gain more strength. Your target might be, I need to build this skill better. That's a target. The next thing you need is a purpose behind it. Why is this actually going to help you? Answer that question. It's going to anchor you in. And then the last part, you need 3 to 5 actions to get there, right? 3 to 5 practical steps you commit to. So these are my off-season targets. My one off-season target was a 30-day length period, right? That's all it was. I only had a month for my off-season at the time. And I was committed to the following: building confidence in my skills and in my body. Why is this important? Well, if I committed to building confidence in my skills and in my body, I would be able to set up a foundation for preseason. Great. Now the 3 to 5 actions to get there. Action number 1, I need to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm committed to that. That's gonna make sure I can trust my body. Number 2, I needed to commit to visualizing 3 times a week as well. We're gonna talk about that later in one of these steps. And I did that 3 times a week. Number 3, I needed to commit to watching film of my role models 3 times a week so I could learn the skill that I wanted. And number 4, I needed to commit to physically practicing my ball handling skills at least 3 times a week. And there you have it, right? 3 times a week in the gym, 3 times mental reps, 3 times watching film, and 3 times physically practicing. If you commit to the actions, you will accomplish that target. Once that time period's done, simply reset them. Number 5, visualization. Mentally tough people commit to visualizing, or what we call at Molliteum mental reps. All visualizing is very simple. You're gonna understand what specific skill you're working on, and then you're gonna visualize 3 sets of 10 reps in the following way. Set number 1, you wanna visualize yourself perfectly executing that skill. So if you're somebody that needs to work on their ball handling skills like me, I'm gonna see myself perfectly receiving the ball in the right way possible and then making a pass. That's it. Number 2, you need to do a set of 10, visualizing yourself over and over again 10 times, then going through a challenging situation. So for me, the challenging situation now, when I was receiving that ball, I'd see myself getting the ball passed back, a player running at me, and I made a successful pass. That's it. And then number 3, you need to visualize yourself for a set of 10 reps, going through a game, actually utilizing that new skill. So I would see myself in a game now, having the ball passed back to me, a player running at me, I handle it well, and I make that pass. 3 sets, 10 reps, do that 3 times a week at least, and I'm telling you, if you sit there and you get quiet on it and actually visualize, you will get the results that you want. And as a bonus below, what we did is actually linked a blog article that we wrote on how to properly visualize. All you need to do is click on it and it will give you the steps and it will help you break it down in more depth. Now here's a cool thing. They actually did a study on visualization with basketball players. They took a group of 30 of them, broke them up into 3 groups of 10 and said, okay, we're gonna work on your free throws. And these were Shaq-like free throwers, okay? People that weren't that good at taking free throws. They took one group of 10 and said, don't do anything at all, just keep doing things the same way. They took another group of 10 and said, just physically practice free throws. And they took the final group of 10 and said, you're actually gonna visualize yourself doing 3 reps of perfect free throw shots and seeing yourself accomplish it. The group that did the visualizing got 25% better results than everybody else, even than the ones that were physically practicing. If you want to be mentally tough, you need to practice a form of visualization at least 3 times a week. Number 6, purposeful and intense physical practice. Mentally tough people don't just practice, right? They don't just put in reps. They're purposeful with their reps and they're intense. The great Steph Curry talks about how, for example, he would always take shots and do his practice work in practices as if he had 3 players on him, 2 players on him, with game-specific situations. We talk to all of our pro players about this. You need to make sure if you're practicing, you've got to have purposeful and intense stuff. What does that mean? Purposeful means you're going out there to actually specifically get better at a skill. Intense means that you're doing so at a level where you're actually executing with the intensity that you would have in a game time. Don't be somebody that just practices as if, you're going through the motions. If you want to get mentally tougher so you can trust yourself in performance, you need to make sure you have purposeful and intense practice that you're doing at least 3 times a week. Isolate that skill, should be the same one you're visualizing, and put it into play now. Number 7, role models. Mentally tough people learn from others who are already successful. Now here's the thing. The most natural form for us to learn is by observing, right? That's what we are as human beings. Problem is this, most people stop doing that as they get older. Now, when you find a role model, what you want to do is say, okay, who am I specifically watching and for what specific skill? Most people kind of just watch pros, and that's good, but if you want to get the absolute best results, if you want to be able to understand how you do this, you need to learn from somebody specifically. So what you want to do is ask yourself and say, okay, what skill am I trying to get better at? Number 2, who can I watch for it? And you want to commit to watching, like I did, 3 times a week on this individual. Number 8, a resilient system. A resilient system is simply focusing on your strengths. But the problem is this, most athletes don't find those foundational strengths that they have, and then when adversity hits, they don't have anything to fall back on. Think of it. The best athletes in the world usually only do about 3 basic things really, really well, right? That's it. Simple stuff. Problem is we don't isolate those strengths, and you know as well as I do, sports is a game of reward, meaning that if you do the right things in performance, you usually get rewarded for it. Maybe not in the single game, but again, thinking big picture, in the long term, you'll get rewarded. We have an athlete that we work with who was saying, you know what, Matt, if I just do these 3 things, which he spoke about, and I'll give you an example in a sec, he goes, I actually get rewarded in performance for it. You need to write out a list of your strengths and you need to know them. There's usually only 3. So for example, it might be something as simple as if you're a hockey player, getting in between the red dots all the time. If you're a forward, you want to get to the red dots, that area of the ice. You want to make sure that you're constantly shooting to score, and you want to make sure that you're winning your puck battles. Those 3 strengths, those are great things, right? But you need to isolate those strengths. Maybe your strengths are being aggressive defensively and driving the lane as a basketball player and 3-point shooting. Great. Talk about those, use those, but you need to put those strengths down on paper so when the going gets tough, you simply fall back on them. Mentally tough people fall back on their preparation. Number 9, only put stock into controllables. At Molliteum, we say the controllables are broken down into POP: preparation, attitude, work ethic. Those are the only 3 things that you can truly control in life. So what you need to do, put focus into those. Don't worry about the other stuff. Usually the things that cause you anxiousness, if you're an athlete who is anxious, it's usually because you're focused on the things you cannot control. However, if you want to be mentally tough people only focus on what they can control. And almost anything in this life can be broken down into preparation, attitude, work ethic. Think about it. Even in relationships, if you have a poor relationship with somebody, you can put in better preparation, you can have a better attitude towards it, and you can put in the work to make sure that you're fixing it, right? As an athlete, it's the same thing. If you're worried about, oh my God, I have to, get this result to impress the coach, chill out, work backwards. Well, what do you need to do in performance? What's your role? Well, I need to score. Okay, well, can I put preparation, attitude, and work ethic into it? Absolutely you can. Only focus on the controllables. Number 10, a laser focus. Mentally tough people have a specific laser focus that they lock into. Now, here's what I mean by that. A laser focus means that you're focused on an action and that action doing something. For example, I need to drive the lane and attack the rim. Or another example could be, I need to make sure I'm boxing out and clearing the front of my net. Those things work, right? But here's the trick behind a laser focus. A laser focus means you're focused on 1 rep at a time versus focusing on the absolute end result. The great Cristiano Ronaldo said in a Juventus documentary, he's talking about it, he goes, Cristiano Ronaldo is able to execute at this level consistently because he just focuses on the one thing in front of him. Then when that's done, he does the next one. If you want to have a laser focus, you need to make sure that you have an action to focus on and that you have an intention behind that action. Take it 1 rep at a time. Don't worry about all the other things. Mentally tough people know that every single rep is another opportunity to do it better than the last one. If you failed on the last one, don't worry about it. Do it again, do it better. If you did good on the last one, who cares? Do it again, do it better. It's that simple. Number 11, focus on impressing yourself. Here's the truth. Almost any time that I have a player who comes to us saying, oh my God, I'm so worried about the coach and what he or she thinks and impressing them and so on, you have to actually look at the truth. The truth comes from understanding that impressing that coach actually came from focusing on yourself, right? Coaches were impressed when you did what you needed to do and executed on your strengths. That's all you need to focus on. Simple stuff, right? So people that are able to be emotionally in control of themselves, they're focused on themselves. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be mentally tough, you need to realize that the focus, the mindset is simple. If I do this, if I execute my strengths, then everybody else will be impressed if you really want to chase that. But the truth is, the only way you've ever been successful is by doing your own thing. Focus on you, focus on yourself, and the rest will take care of itself. Number 12, have a system of adaptability. The last thing that a mentally tough person does is have systems in place to be adaptable. So they have a system in place where during an actual performance, they know it's simple. Attack, assess, reset. Attack, assess, reset. What does that mean? That means that you're going to attack it, right? Going forward in a shift, in a rep, whatever it is. Attack it, do your best with it. Next, you're going to assess, how did it go? Did I like my result? Yes or no? Yes, I did. Okay, great. Why? Go forwards. Did I not? No. What do I need to change? Change it. Simple. Then they reset. They go do it again, right? Attack, assess, reset. It's very simple. We do this a lot with our NFL players. We do this a lot with our NBA players, NHL players, regardless. This works for any sport, but you need to realize, attack the situation, assess it, and reset. It's a very simple process because if you have your strengths laid out and you go and attack it and you say, oh my God, I didn't get the result I want. You simply need to go through your strengths, understand what you're not doing that well, and just go do it better. Simple. Don't overcomplicate this, you can get it done. And there you have it, the only 12 things you need to have in place if you want to be mentally tough this year. Again, if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, share this video with somebody who needs it because we will be able to put out more free content that way. And if you are somebody that wants to work with us or wants to somehow build your resilience in a more structured way, build your mental toughness in a more structured way, there are links below that you can click on from, applying to work with one of our coaches, getting into one of our courses, or doing our Molliteum Pocket Coach, but it's all there. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast episode, click right here.